411cc air-cooled 4-stroke single-cylinder engine producing 24.3 horses at 6,500 rpm and 32 Nm of torque at 4,250 rpm serves as the chosen power plant for the Royal Enfield Scram 411 through a 5-speed gearbox. Fuel is served through an EFI system from a 15-litre fuel tank. We found that the Royal Enfield Scram 411 has a real-world mileage of 28 km per litre with mixed riding, effectively giving a range of 420 km before you run dry. Your mileage may vary. The Royal Enfield Scram 411 rolls along a 19-inch front wire spoke rim and is wrapped by a C8 tyre. In the rear, a 17-inch wire spoke rim also wrapped in a C8 tyre. The stopping department is managed by a single 300mm rotor clamped by a dual piston floating caliper in the front, and the rear, a single 240mm rotor clamped by a single piston floating caliper. The brakes are supported by a 2-channel ABS. Keeping the wheels on the road are a non-adjustable telescopic front fork and a preload adjustable mono rear shock. The dash on the Royal Enfield Scram 411 consists of a main port that sees an analog speedometer with an LCD insert that provides all the necessary info the rider needs, and a smaller LCD port that Royal Enfield calls a tripper that serves as a clock as well as navigation info when the Royal Enfield Scram 411 is connected to your phone through Bluetooth. A hybrid lighting package comes as standard: an LED and incandescent headlight, an LED tail light, and incandescent signal lights. Regular servicing is every 10,000 kilometers with 1.6 liters of engine oil and an oil filter replacement. Because of our hot and humid climate, we recommend changing your oil sooner. Major servicing is every 50,000 kilometers for a valve clearance inspection and a cam chain, chain pads, and auto chain tensioner replacement. Amos is 1.84 meters tall, with a seat height of 795 millimeters and a curb weight of 194 kilos. Let us show you how he looks on the bike. He's got an upright, relaxed posture. With myself coming in as a pillion, I felt that it was a little cramped, but the pillion seat comfortable. At a combined weight of 160 kilos, the preload adjustable monoshock held up. Very okay! The turning radius of the bike is small for its class. In our opinion, the Royal Enfield Scram 411 felt tight and well balanced. Gearing felt comfortable and natural. Exactly what we felt when we put on our 333 merch. Remember to check out our new range of 333 t-shirts on our online store. The brakes didn't have as good feedback and were not as bitey as we like it, but it did the job well and slowed the Royal Enfield Scram 411 quick. Power delivery on the Royal Enfield Scram 411 was smooth, manageable, and without surprises at any RPM. We especially like the low grunt when pulling away in the low revs. There is something about a single cylinder thumb. Shook! In a weird twist, at high RPM, instead of the handlebar, the fuel tank vibrated with vengeance. We tried to stay away from that range. Good thing we don't see the Royal Enfield Scram 411 being ridden in the RPM range much, since it's not designed to be ridden that way. We felt that the shocks on the Royal Enfield Scram 411 were lacking. While they provided a smooth ride, they got a little bouncy on hard bumps. We would have preferred if both the front and rear shocks came fully adjustable as stock, what we expect on an adventure machine. But aftermarket options are always available. We found the balance of the Royal Enfield Scram 411 to be a little more forward, probably due to the 19-inch front rim compared to the 21-inch on the Himalayan. Yep, pretty much everything on the Scram 411 is the same compared to the Himalayan, with the exception of a smaller front rim, the lack of a crash bar, and different styling. Which also means the Royal Enfield Scram 411 inherits all of the perks and reliability of the Himalayan. Very okay. Although quiet, we quite like the sound of the exhaust. Let's have a listen. Again, aftermarket options are available, but check with your local authorities for legal limits. We noticed slight heat at stop-go city riding, but the heat quickly dissipated once we got on the move. Still okay. Overall, coming in at 9,650 Singapore dollars before COE and insurance. The Royal Enfield Scram 411 makes for a perfect option for the newer rider. It's simple, reliable, easy to maintain, and easy to control. Not to mention, tough. More experienced riders may find the machine underwhelming, but she's made to go the distance, and go the distance she will. Fast free. We got the Royal Enfield Scram 411 from Royal Enfield Singapore, but as with all our reviews, they do not have control over our content, allowing us to bring you true and unbiased opinions. With that, I'm Winston, and see you on the road.